let's not forget, this is where the Apollo missions launched from, that went to the moon. And we're going back to the moon.
3 Empire State Buildings can fit inside that building.
Even if you went 10 years ago, I guarantee it's different. Go back now and see all the different editions. Hello and welcome to Jump the Queue, the fun and informative podcast that helps you plan, book and make the most of your theme park holidays. I'm Sammie.
And I'm Sarah.
And we both work at attractiontickets.com, the UK's #1 experts for Orlando attraction tickets. And this week we're talking about one of my favourites. We're talking about Kennedy Space Centre Visitor Complex.
Hang on,
I'm excited for this.
I'm putting my glasses on so I look all rocket scientist.
Oh, look all clever. Yeah, I love it. Well, it's one of the most unique and inspiring attractions that you can visit in Florida. It's not just a theme park, but it absolutely needs a place on your itinerary for sure. To kick things off with a bit of fun, let's play a game called Fact or Fiction.
Space Centre Edition. I'm just going to stop you there, Sammie, because I do have a serious question for you. Why did the astronaut leave the party?
Oh, go on, tell me.
Because it had no atmosphere.
Hey! Mic drop. There you go.
And you know what? I'm not even apologising for that one.
Oh, I love it, Sarah. I love it. She's ready for today, people. Be warned.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Let's do these. Do you like Kennedy, Sarah?
Do you know what? I really do. And I'm not a space girl, but I really do enjoy it.
Yeah, I love it. I am a space geek. I love it though. Okay, let's do some fact or fiction. Okay. Space Shuttle Atlantis Orbiter is on display at Kennedy Space Centre. Fact or fiction?
Fact!
Yay! Oh my goodness, that is amazing. We're not going to spoil it for people, right? But it's one of those wow moments, isn't it, when that's revealed? So, Kennedy Space Centre, fact or fiction? The visitor complex is no longer an active NASA launch site.
It is an active launch site. They're launching all the time.
Oh, constantly, especially now SpaceX is there as well. The Falcon go up all the time, don't they? And of course, we've got Artemis coming soon. We'll talk about that later. Yeah. But yeah, launches do happen here. I've been lucky enough to see quite a few launches. But yes, launches do happen here very frequently. And if you're lucky enough to see one live, I promise you'll never forget it. It's the most incredible experience. When you hear that roar and the ground shakes, oh, it's incredible. But we'll talk about that in greater length. Let's have a look. Visitors can drive their own spacecraft on the campus.
I think that's false, but it is a while since I've been.
Yep, no, you're correct. Yep, and sadly it's not possible, but there are simulators and interactive exhibits that give you a taste of what it's like, so you can do that. How about, do you think, Sarah, you can meet real astronauts at Kennedy?
Yes, you can, because I have. So yes, you can.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely. I mean, they do chat with an astronaut, but the astronauts are walking around sometimes, and if you're lucky enough, to grab them, sometimes they're in their full regalia as well. So yeah, and it's great things to do. They do great Q&A sessions. I've been in that Q&A session. Have you done that as well? The chat with an astronaut.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny, the questions that are asked? There's always number one question. How do you go to the toilet? That's always number one question, isn't it?
And answer is carefully.
Correct.
Yeah.
How about last one? There are no activities for kids at Kennedy. Fact or fiction?
Fiction. There is so much to do for children, so many interactive exhibits, and there's a massive indoor play area that sadly I'm too old. Kennedy, are you listening? I'm too old to go and play in. Why is there not an adult version?
Oh, imagine if there was. You're not too old, you're just too tall.
That's it, I'm too tall. Yeah. Sort
Correct.
it out,
You're
Kennedy.
never too old for anything. Never too old for anything. There you go. Okay, brilliant. Now we've warmed up with a fun game. Let's dive in to what Kennedy Space Centre really is, and why should our guests go there as well. So let's start. Number one, what is Kennedy?
I mean, it's a working NASA facility primarily. Yeah. The fact that it's a visitor centre is a bonus, but it's a working space facility where, as we've said, launches happen. It's the future of space rocket launches. If you're a billionaire, it seems that it's your thing to have now has to be a rocket. Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. But yeah, it's a working facility where you are very fortunately allowed to go and look around all the things that have been to space and learn about the future of space travel and the past, where we've come from and where we're going to.
Oh, absolutely. From the space geek in me, because this is me and I love Kennedy. It's definitely one of my favourites. But let's not forget, this is where the Apollo missions launched from, that went to the moon. And we're going back to the moon, hopefully in a few weeks' time, sometime in February. Hopefully Artemis 2 is going to go up and it's going to go round the moon. You know, we're doing that again. Space shuttle launches, missions have launched here for, 30 years or more, you know, a long, long time. And you get to see real rockets, you know. Who doesn't want to see a real rocket? I think it gives me goosebumps, Kennedy. It really does, because it's not a theme park. It's history. It's actual history, and it's happening right in front of you.
Yeah, it really is. And as I say, I'm not a space geek, but I really enjoy Kennedy. I think there's something there for everyone. And you've taken kids, Sammie. I know you've taken your kids. I've taken mine right from when she was tiny little dot upwards, and she's had a lovely time and enjoyed everything. And there is something for everyone there.
Oh, absolutely. I remember taking mine as little children. They're adults now. Do you know what? It was their best day. They loved it. They got to sit in some of those rockets in the rocket garden as well. Yeah. And they absolutely loved it. And it's come so far since then as well. You know, new things are being added all the time. So absolutely. It's not, you know, leads me into my next question is, who should visit Kennedy?
Everyone should visit Kennedy. Everyone should visit Kennedy, even if you don't have a vested interest in space. Even if you think, do you know what, it's not for me. You honestly, I promise you will absolutely love it. Genuinely, it's for everyone, all ages, regardless. And it is a nice break from the theme parks, because it's not a theme park and it doesn't feel like a theme park. And plus, it gives you, if you have got little ones, it gives you more of a place where they can just go and touch things, because it's so interactive. There's so much things they can touch, and you can let them kind of go a little bit, I think.
Yeah, absolutely agree. I agree with you. You know, if you're the kind of person like I am, I'm going to admit it, I'm just a space nerd. I love everything about space, right? But if you are one of those people, or one of those people that take it a bit further and can list every Apollo mission known to man, then basically, that's your pilgrimage site, right? Yeah. But and standing underneath that Saturn rocket, oh my goodness, I'll never forget that. The first time I ever saw that. But it's not just for people like me. If you're a theme park lover, right, it's not roller coasters, okay? But it absolutely has that big scale feeling, doesn't it? You know, when you first walk in and you see all those massive rockets and what have you, you've got your bus tour that takes you out, you know, to the Saturn Centre and what have you, which is just absolutely amazing. But families, I think kids around about 8 and up that have just got a love of big machines, science, space, or just things that go boom, or, you know, just look up at the sky, they'll love it. I just think it's for everybody. It doesn't matter what your age is. I've taken every age there, and every age has absolutely loved it. I just think if you've ever looked up at the moon, you know, those nights, and you look up at the moon and you think, gosh, it looks big today. If you've ever looked up and thought, gosh, I can't believe humans walked on that, then this is the place for you to visit, for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I always say to everybody, it's the place where we left Earth. There you go. And we're about to do it again.
Yeah.
Can't wait for Artemis. Oh my goodness, if anybody's out there, look out for Artemis launching. They're hoping to launch it in February, but that is a massive boom when Artemis goes up as well. Get to Jetty Park, I'd say, to watch that. That's my favourite place to watch it. What are the top attractions, Sarah and Kennedy?
Well, I mean, we've covered quite a lot of them, haven't we? So you've got the new ones, which is like Gateway, which is obviously the future of space travel, where it's going, the newer rockets and things like that. You've got the Saturn Centre. You've got the bus tour that takes you around all of it gets you as close, without being an astronaut, as close to the launch sites and things as you can be. You see the massive, huge, and it is absolutely ginormous, the vehicle assembly building. I don't know why I'm doing this, but yeah, the vehicle assembly building. Three Empire State Buildings can fit inside that building. That's the scale of it. And I love, actually, when you're flying into Orlando, because you quite often fly over Kennedy, and that's when you know you're close, because you can see the vehicle assembly building. So you've got all that. You've got the bus tour, you've got the Saturn, you've got the Apollo, the shuttle launches, you've got what else have we got? We've got the
oh gosh, there's so much.
Remember
nowadays.
About the astronauts that have been up to there, and gives you all the history of all the astronauts. And a really poignant exhibition, which I'm not going to say I enjoyed, but I did shed a tear about the Challenger and Columbia disasters. So there's a whole remembrance garden for them as well. You've got the children's interactive play areas. You've got an ice cream shop. Sells not Dipping Dots, Milky Way dots, which we love. And not forgetting, obviously, there's a huge merch shop. Huge, and sells very good merch. Very good merch. But yes, so much, and so many other add-ons that you can add on, and training missions you can do. Sammie, did you ever see the film Space Camp as a child? The Steven Spielberg Space Camp. Yeah. How much did that make you want to go to space? And that's where they filmed it.
Yeah,
and they filmed it at Kennedy, didn't they? And you can pretend you're an astronaut. You can pay extra and pretend you're an astronaut for the day and go and do the training and all that. But there's so much stuff that is included with just your admission ticket that it's just you could go on and on. What's your favourite? What's your favourite bit, Sammie?
Oh, well, all of it. I love the bus tour. To go out to, for someone like me, to go out to see that launch pad was absolutely incredible. To see, I think, Saturn building, when you're stood, right underneath, I'm picturing it now, look, as if I'm looking at it now. If you stood right underneath it, that for me was a massive wow moment. The very first time I ever went, that was a wow moment. The fact that you can touch a piece of the moon, let's not forget that as well. They brought that back, and you can absolutely touch that. And of course now new as well, they've got that observation gantry, haven't they? The launch complex, so that it's 4 stories high. There's lots going on each of those levels. You can make your own rocket now. You can program it. You can decide what payload it's got, how many people are on it. You can do the trajectory of where it's going, and it will tell you how long your rocket will be. And then you can watch it in front of you launch. So it's absolutely amazing. I can't wait to get back out there and just go onto that gantry. I think it's just got so much. That bus tour, though, we've got to talk about that bus tour. That bus tour can be 1.5 to 2 hours long. So I would say to people, do that first thing in the morning when you get there. Yeah. Just go and do that, make that, because it is very long. I remember doing that for the very first time and thinking, gosh, I didn't realise it was this long, and it takes up so much of your day. So I'd say definitely do that first. But yes, I can't wait to get back out there, get on that gantry and see that launch pad. Yeah. Amazing.
But again with the bus tour, so it's not a bus tour where you are told things on the bus. It's a hop on, hop off bus. So you do it at your pace. So if you're a space geek like Sammie and you want to take your time and take longer, you absolutely can. If you're not quite as interested and you just want to go around, see the things, touch the moon rock and then go back, again, you can do that. It's at your time. So the bus tour can be as long as you want it to be, really. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But there's just so much to do, isn't there? There's so much to do there. Do you know, over the years, I've seen it expand so much, that visitor centre, you know, and adding I remember them first putting Atlantis there, you know, and now the newest edition, we've got that gantry, you know, it's just expanding all the time. So even if you went 10 years ago, I guarantee it's different. Go back now and see all the different editions as well. Take your family. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Where is it? Let's talk about where it is.
So, if we look at Florida like that, and I'm going to be pointing on the wrong side, but if we look at Florida like that and Orlando's in the middle there, Kennedy is on this coast here. It's on the Atlantic Sea coast, kind of that way from Orlando. It's about
east.
It can take it can take anything from an hour and 15, depending on the traffic to get there. It's right on the coast though, so it's very, very. In fact, that area is called the Space Coast. And it's right on the Cocoa Beach kind of coast there. So it's easy to get to. It's an easy drive from Orlando. Good roads, and that's where it is.
Yeah, it is. It's on the East Coast. It sits on Merritt Island, which if you are loving your wildlife, you know, you're going to see that. We see loads of gators, don't we, as we drive up there as well. Loads of that. But the reason it's there is geography. That's the reason Kennedy is where it is. Rockets launch over that Atlantic Ocean so that if anything is untoward, anything that drops or crashes, heaven forbid, but it will be in that sea. It won't be over a populated area. So that is why it's there. Plus, nice little fact for you. Ready? Being closer to the equator actually gives rockets a small boost from the Earth's rotation. So that's another reason it's there.
Yeah.
There you
go.
Nice little snippet. That's why it's there. So it feels remote when you're out there, but that's intentional. It can't be built next to hotels or highways. It's built for space launches.
Yeah. But it is a stunning area as well, and it's you know, it's a lovely area to just drive through as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. It's a lot quieter, isn't it? It's nice and serene out there as well, and I love it. How to get there? Let's talk about how to get there, because it is only an hour away, like you said, roughly. But let's talk about ways to get there. I mean, the obvious is by car, right?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. If you've got a car, if you've got a car, it is going to be on mostly the quickest route is going to take you on toll roads. So just bear that in mind. I'm sure you can set your sat nav and avoid toll roads if you need to. That's going to take you longer. Toll roads don't cost an awful lot anyway, and it's going to get you there sooner. You can also hire. Well, not hire, you can book transport with attractiontickets.com, and we can take you to Kennedy Space Centre on a bus, so we can take you there as well. Any other ways to get there, Sammie? I'm sure there must be public transport, but
rideshare, Uber, it can be quite expensive, because it is 50-60 miles away, but those that don't have a car, sometimes I think that's a good way to get out there as well. I always think having a car, take our open data tickets, hire a car. Even if you don't want a car for the whole fortnight or 3 weeks that you're on holiday, hire the car for that one day. Get yourself an open data ticket, but hire yourself a car for that one day. If you look on Kennedy for when there is a space launch, perhaps then you could put all that together, and hire it for that day. The good thing about hiring it's not just about Kennedy, right? There's so much around Kennedy, isn't there? So if you've got that car, you've got that freedom to go and do the rest as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we've got a question. I think we've got a question about that later, Sammie. So till then.
We have. So we'll crack on with that.
Come back to that one.
But absolutely, I think it's stress-free. If you've got your own car, I think it's stress-free. It's quite a straight road to Kennedy as well. Kids will love searching for the alligators in the ditches as you get closer as well. So I think it's a really fun thing to do.
Armadillos. Yeah. There's lots of armadillos on those roads as well. Yeah. So you have little armadillos crossing, which amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, it's on Merritt Island, right? And that's surrounded by water. It's all protected. The wildlife is protected over there, which surprises a lot of people. But you're just not driving in the city. You've got this huge coastal area with marshlands, birds, long straight roads, and then suddenly you see Launchpad. You think that's a bit weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's lots of wildlife out there that you can see as well.
Yeah.
So you get to see it all, don't you?
Yeah. Yes.
Brilliant.
You do.
You do. I love it.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, so, well, thanks, Sarah. We've given a simple base level explanation of what's on offer at Kennedy. But let's go on to our next segment of this episode, where we've got a few questions from our customers. Please do send them in as well, because we love answering them. Let's start with John. Hi, John. John has asked, what are the best tickets for Kennedy Space Centre? Do I need to pick a specific day, or can I just go whenever I like?
So Kennedy Space Centre are open dated tickets. So that means you can choose when you want to go in your holiday. So unlike some of the other places where you need to be a little bit more organised and plan your days, Kennedy is you can wake up in the morning and say, do you know what, today we're going to Kennedy. And that's absolutely fine. And at attractiontickets.com, we sell various different Kennedy tickets. So just the standard admission tickets. What am I missing, Sammy? I feel like I'm missing more. Obviously, we've got the ones with transport included as well. We've got the ones with transport included. Yeah. So if you want to go on one of the buses to Kennedy, we can sort that for you. But yeah, Kennedy is an open dated ticket, so you don't need to book to go in there. You can just say, I feel like going to Kennedy today, and drive and go. And one question I have had asked is, can they reach capacity, and can they turn you away? Because they're an open dated ticket.
Right.
And I would say, yes, that's a possibility. However, I think it's very, 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 very unlikely. Would you agree?
Unlikely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd absolutely agree with that. All parks, no matter where they are, have got capacities, right? It's very rare that they are at capacity, any of those parks, only at real busy times. But Kennedy, I've never seen it at capacity in all the times that I've been. You know, sometimes it's lovely, you hardly see anybody. Yeah. It's really nice in some of those areas. Yeah. So, yeah, it can happen. It can, but unlikely.
I think probably if there's a launch going on, that's something you need to be aware of. So if you're not bothered about seeing the launch, because bear in mind on launch days, visitor complex facilities may not all be available all the time. So it may be you can't go in on the bus tour because you can't get close to the launch sites. So that might not be available. So if you want to go to Kennedy and you're not bothered about seeing the launch and you want to go and see all the facilities, don't go on a launch day. If you go onto the Kennedy Space Centre website, all the launch dates are listed on there, so you can see all the launch dates. Equally, like Sammy, you might want to go and be there on the launch day, and there are various different options for viewing platforms from the complex itself. There are some that are included with your ticket. There's one that you can pay extra and be very, very close, or as close as humanly possible to the launch site, that you can upgrade and go to. If that's your thing, look for a launch day and plan your date around there. And it's an open dated ticket, so you can do that. That's not a problem at all.
Yeah.
So
open dated are the best, John. You know, and also Sarah, let's talk about Florida weather. Afternoon storms in summer. I mean, they're common. With open dated, you know, if the weather's not what you want it to be that day, well, you don't have to go that day. You know, you can choose another day. So I think that's all. It's just got zero stress, have you, if your plans change, I always think. So I think that is a good way. Yeah. Next, Sally. Hi, Sally.
Hi, Sally.
Sally has sent us a really interesting question. We were going to touch on this earlier, so this is really lovely that we've got this one. Sally asks, are there any other attractions nearby Kennedy Space Centre? It's quite a trip from Orlando, so Sally wants to make the most of the day. What else is around there?
So obviously we've said it's on the Space Coast. You've got Cocoa Beach, which is a completely different beach to the other side of Florida. So Tampa, Clearwater side of Florida, beautiful white sands, lovely aqua blue seas, shuffling to avoid the stingrays. Cocoa Beach side, because it's the Atlantic side, is more of a surfers dude. Big waves. And completely fantastic beaches. Again, fantastic beaches, just a completely different vibe. Also, if you're like me and you love sharks, it's more sharky that side. So I like to go to that side because I like to see the sharkies and the people surfing. And one of my favourite shops, actually, on Cocoa Beach is that there is a huge Ron John surf shop. And that's a must visit for me. Every time we go to Kennedy, I have to go and visit Ron John's because just love it. But the beaches are amazing. Also around there, one of my favourites, because I say I'm a nature girl, bioluminescent tours. Honestly, I can't say enough about bioluminescent kayak tours. They are absolutely amazing, and they run from around that coast area, and go at night in your kayak, and you can touch the water, and it does all that bioluminescence thing, and it's like being in Pandora in Animal Kingdom, and everything glows, and it's absolutely stunning. Also, another thing that you can do on the kayaking front, Brevard Zoo, which is not far from Kennedy at all. Brevard Zoo do a number of additional add-ons, so you've got the zoo as well, but they also do kayaking tours amongst the animal exhibits. You can kayak in the giraffe enclosure. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that? Kayaking in the giraffe enclosure. So maybe even you could even find somewhere to stay. There's plenty of hotels, motels along that coast. Find somewhere to stay and make a couple of days of it. There's so much up and down that coast. There's karting and just lots of things.
There's so much. Next to Cocoa Beach, you've got Cocoa Beach Pier. Great for having a meal out or just walking over the ocean. Nothing fancy, just laid back. Can just chill a little bit about that, like that. I always think a nice place to go to if you're watching a launch. If you want to watch a launch, Sammie's top tip is to go to Jetty Park. I tell all my customers this. Jetty Park, for me, is by far the best place to watch a launch because you see it. You see the whole thing. You can watch a launch from Kennedy. And there are some different areas that you can watch launches from in Kennedy, and that's incredible. You get the countdown clock going and everything, which is incredible. But some parts have trees in front of them, so you don't actually see it until it's launching. So where you're on Jetty Park, you can see it right in front of you. You can see the whole thing. So I think that's a really good place to go. Of course, you're at Port Canaveral. All the cruisers go out of there as well. So if you are a cruise lover, you get to see the cruise ships, don't you, as well? So I think you can make a whole day of it. You can go to Kennedy. We can pop into Port Canaveral and see those. We can have some lunch, Cocoa Beach Pier. We can go to Jetty Park and watch the launch, and then we can go and do the bio I can't even say it, Sarah. Come on.
Bioluminescent tour.
I can't say it.
Bioluminescent tour.
There you go.
Honestly,
evening, that's your whole
can't
day
recommend
done.
enough. Yeah, can't recommend enough. Just stunning.
Absolutely. Stunning. You've got Exploration Tower. We haven't talked about that either. Exploration Tower. That's about 15 to 20 minute drive, I'd say, from Kennedy. But there's some smaller exhibits in there. Just tells you about rocket launchers, space, cruisers. Tells you about the wildlife, all that kind of thing. It's more of a calm stop. That one, it's not thrilling, but it's a great thing to do also. So there's plenty to do on your day at Kennedy.
Yeah, and if you're a police fan, or if you're in the police or ex-police, which I always think is bizarre, and I've never been, there's a police museum as well that's really, really close to Kennedy, isn't it? You drive past it. I don't know. I've never been. Never been. So I can't.
Been in it.
No, I can't comment on it.
See it.
But maybe that's your thing as well.
Exactly. There's just lots of things to do. I think you get proper Florida coastal vibes up there, don't you? For sure. Yeah. Wherever you are up there. But yeah, lots to do, Sally. Lots to do out there. It's not just about going to Kennedy, parking your car, going in, getting out and driving off home. No, make a full day of it. Absolutely make a full day of it. To be honest, I can stay a full day in Kennedy. But for some people, they like to leave at 2:00. Go off and do those other things. There's plenty there for you.
Yeah. Blast off
so we can have
and enjoy yourself.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blast
there
off.
You go. Doo-doo. Love it.
just keep
I love
going.
it. Yep. There we go.
Full of corny dad
well,
jokes.
that's it for this episode of Jump the Queue. Yeah, I love it. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for the corny dad jokes. I love them, Sarah. Keep them coming. Don't forget, everybody, to subscribe to our dedicated YouTube channel, Jump the Queue, with attraction tickets as well. Keep those questions coming. It was lovely to have those from John and Sally today, but keep them coming. I promise you we'll get round to them. We're here to help you. That's what we do here. If you've been tuning in every month and you're still with us, you've not run for the hills. You're still with us. Go ahead, like, subscribe, even leave us a review. We love to see that. We promise we won't bite. We love to see those. Give us all your feedback. We appreciate the support. But thanks for listening and catch you next time.